guess. I finally got like ready. Like, this is kind of what I look like every day when I go to school, like makeup wise, just bare minimum. And straight hair, which I finally did for once, as you can tell from other like videos. Besides the shorts and t-shirt. But I'm going to Five Below because there's something I want to look for that I've seen before, but I saw someone do something similar. Kind of, but not really. Alright, there's a car in the middle of the road. What are you doing? We have to do that awkward smile, like, it's okay, but, so anyway, going to Five Below and I'm hoping to find what I want, but I'll show you once I, like, find it or figure out what I'm doing with it. But then, I'm gonna, as you can tell by the title of the video, I'm planning on doing some kind of classroom management with it. And granted, I teach high school, so it's totally different from like using like a clip chart for little kids, or like, not that that's like, I can't do that with high school, that just doesn't fly. So same with Dojo, doesn't really work. Like 9th grade you could pass on using it and they're like all excited about how many points they have, but like reality, they're like young adults, I guess. So they like, needs to be like more subtle with them, I guess, or like less gimmicky, even though this is kind of gimmicky, but it makes more sense to me to do it this way. So let's see if I can find what I want. Otherwise, it's gonna have to wait a while for this to be done. Okay, so update. I got what I wanted. Not the color, but I got taped into the colors I wanted. So I'm just gonna tape the parts that need to be changed to a different color. And then I need to find green colored tape. I'm gonna try Michael's. Let's see if they should have it. Okay, strike that. It's not Michael's, it's AC Moore. I always get them confused and I don't know why. I only ever go to like AC Moore because it's closer to my house. So I found the tape that I wanted in AC Moore, and it came in a, I'll show you, tiny, like, look how tiny. Like, I only need a few strips, so I was like, I shouldn't even bother with the big one if I can get the little one. But of course at Five Below, they only had the 2 colors, and then, but at AC Moore they didn't have those 2 colors in the small one, so it's like I would have had to buy the big one anyway, so, oh well. And then, yeah. And then if anybody knows me, I love Disney, and that's where we're going for our honeymoon when we go, because he's never been, and like, who's never been to Disney? So, I guess it was Saturday when we were just like wandering around and just like walking around, and we went into AC Moore just to like wander and look at things and goof around or whatever. So we were like up by the checkout, and they have these they're like blind boxes of like where you like can't see what's inside, but like you know what the actual thing is. So we got one because I wanted one. It was Disney. And it's these, it's stuck to my thing. It is Belle, but it's like this, like, it's just a keychain, but it's like super cute. They are super expensive, which is like super annoying, but I got one, and I'm gonna open it and see what I got. Hopefully it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's a Cinderella. This is so cute. Like, they're just so cute. I want to like collect them and like keep them at school just as like little cute little mementos for like my desk area. But that's so cute. I'm glad I didn't get the same one. But she's so cute. She has like her foot popping out like she's missing her shoe. That's so cute. So this project I'm making is a stoplight with the red, yellow, green for kind of like answering questions that I always get from kids that I don't want to have to answer anymore. Can I use my phone? Can I listen to music? Can I work with a partner? All those things. So I'm going to designate red, yellow, and green for certain things, kind of similar to what they already mean. So green meaning go, like you can kind of talk at a normal voice, talk to your friends. You can choose to listen to music. Hi, puppy. I had to let him in here. Say hi. Green, you know, where you're with a partner, I can use my phone. Those things that are kind of like you can do these things that you want to do. Yellow is going to be more like, kind of more like work with the people at your table, like more of like a low whispering voice to your neighbor. You can use your phone at appropriate times, listen to music like quietly to yourself. And then red is going to be for like when I'm doing my teaching part of like no phones, no talking to anybody, make sure you raise your hand, all that kind of stuff, working independently, those things. Just so like they can monitor their own self, so I don't have to answer those questions of, can I do this, can I do that? So I'm going to see how it goes. Stoplight kind of seems really elementary, like when you think about it, I guess, but it's all like, they will get it. I think that like it'll be something that they can monitor themselves for, and I'm not going to be like, okay, the red light's going on. They will see me turn it on and off, and I think they'll get it as we use it. So I wanted to test out this before I like went ahead and filmed anything, before I like, you know, made myself look stupid, I guess. So what I got at Five Below were these light switches. Yes, they were $5 each, but I'd rather make one myself than like look on Amazon for a real stoplight that I like can't control the way I want it or whatever. You know, they have like real lights or whatever. But so I saw somebody use this as like a, like, you did a great job, whatever, they like the light bulb goes on or whatever. I don't know where I saw, whose video I saw that in, but so I got these. They had them in pink and blue, so I just got blue because I didn't want to do pink. I don't know, I'm not a pink person. But I got the colored tape to go over top so that they can see the different colors. So originally I was going to do the outside, just the blue part, and just leave the switch alone, whatever. So I was originally just going to do the outside, and then so I started doing the outside of the, I tried the green one first because I had the small tape, which is so cute. It's a small tape, so I was trying this one first to see how I like it, whatever. So I did the outside, and when you turn this on, look at how bright that is. Like, it is blinding. Like, you can, like, look how much light it puts on my face. Like, I could use this as like a video light. Like, it is blinding, which is insane. It just uses AAA batteries, but it has like LED lights in it, I guess. But like, that is blinding. So I decided to cover it up with the tape, and it like kind of, I want to say mute, like it tones it down a good bit. So this is what it looks like, and that's bearable. You can't, I know you can't tell, but like you can see green on my face. Like, you can't tell in the camera, but it does look green on the actual side. So I like this better, and you can still see where it says off in the little light. So now that I've blinded myself, I'm just gonna leave the switch. I'm not all that worried about it. Now originally I was thinking, why don't I just do spray paint? Because originally I wasn't thinking that this would work or like would look right or something. But I just wasn't thinking that I would have had to cover it up. But in reality, like, what would I do with a whole can of green spray paint or yellow or red, where I can use like duct tape for stupid silly things in the room, opposed to spray paint. So I just decided to do tape. I don't know, it might change later down the road, but tape seemed way easier to me, and it was quite easy to put this on. So like, I did the outside first, obviously, and then I did the inside. Now the strip, because of the way the size of the tape, there are small lines, if you could see, I don't know, you can see like the two lines that peek through, but I'm not worried about it. The purpose is that is green, so I like this. I'm gonna do the red and yellow, see how it works. Now the red and yellow that I got is normal size, so it's gonna be a little different than the way I did this one, so we shall see how this works, and then I'll show you the end product. I don't know how I'd be able to like show you me actually putting the tape on. I don't have, like, I'm using my phone. I don't have a dog whining because I kicked him out. I don't have like a tripod or anything, so I'm just gonna show you the end product. Like, all I'm really doing is taping it and just like making it look pretty. So the only parts that I couldn't cover was this bottom and this top, because that's where like the battery things are. The one side has one battery and the other side has two, so it takes 3 AAA batteries. Yeah, it has a hook to actually like hang it with like a nail or a screw or whatever. It has magnets, and it comes with sticky, like the sticky stuff. And I tried it on my refrigerator and the magnets work pretty well, so I'm gonna try the magnets first before sticking it on. So I'm gonna cover them and I'll show you the end result. And then after that, I'm actually going to make like a poster to go with it of what each color means, to sit like next to the light to say like what they can do. And I'll show you that when I make that as well. Okay, so I did red and it looks pretty good. But when like, so I use way less tape, or like had to rip less tape because it's the bigger size. I covered it. I left, like, I'm not worried about that because that's where the battery part is. Same with this end, kind of worked better than the other side, but when you turn it on, you can still see it's red. Like, you can see the red on my face, not really in the camera, but it works. The only thing is, like, you can see where the overlap is, but I'm not personally worried about it. Some kid will probably try to be like, what does it look like, Matt? I don't care. So I'm gonna do yellow. Okay, so I did the yellow, and it's like the same way. You can tell it's yellow on my face. Actually, it looks really yellow. But yeah, and super easy. The only, I just have to leave the parts on for the battery covers to be removed. But these will probably, like, be hung up like a real stoplight, and I'll just flick one on and off as I need to. And I think it'll be really useful. Especially, like, I have juniors, they're starting to drive, so stoplight will come really handy, and they'll understand what it means. So yeah. Next I'm going to make my sign that goes with it of what they can do for each different one. Yeah, that was super easy. Like I said, each one of these was $5, so $15 plus tape. I feel like it's cheaper than like trying to actually buy like a real stoplight. So yeah, that's my little project for today. The only difference is because I did get the small tape, there's difference in like coverage of the lights, but I could always fix that if I wanted to. But yeah, that's it. So I'll be back when I show you my signs for it. Okay, so this is how I made my I guess little signs for my light switches. I went to canva.com. This is like my home page of when you come up, so you see that this one that I showed you that I made, it saves everything pretty much automatically once in a while, but you can go file and save it yourself. So I just want to show you how you can actually make one of these. If you click on poster, it's completely free to sign up. Some of the things do cost money, so like see some of these things down here say free, so you can use all of these already pre-made posters, and I've used a couple of these, especially for my class rules sign. They have a couple of cute like teachery back to school like layouts that I like to go through, and you can always just search up in the top bar. So what I generally just like to do is go to text, and then they have all of these free, like, pre-made, like, font setups, like, that's cute, all these setups for different things, and then, of course, you can change, what you want it to say, and then they do have, like, let me try to get to them. They added a bunch of new ones because these weren't here before. They have like infographics of like like some like different designs of like circles, squares, kind of like different signs that you would see like at restaurants or something. So I generally just use add heading, and then you can just start typing. And then you can go through all of these cool fonts and change them as many times as you want. The one that I used for the poster that I did make is this one, Amatic Small Caps, is that what it's called? My favorite though, I do like the brusher, which is like, you know, the fancy calligraphy cursive. But the one that I love the most is called Ribeye, and you can get it on the like 1001fonts.com or whatever. It's not on dafont.com at all. But this one is my favorite right now. And it'll change it automatically where you don't even have to highlight. So I'm just going to write that real quick, that it's my new poster. You can change the size as well as the color. But one of my favorite things about this is the different, like, infographic or, like, pictures that you can include. So a lot of these illustrated pieces are free. So if you're doing, like, you know, barbecue stuff, there's science-y stuff. And then a lot of the stuff, like, all of these things that will load here, generally the free ones come up first, and then some of them are the paid ones that are thrown in there, like these cute, like, little rulers and all these things for back to school are some of the things that I've used, and emojis and things. But then you can also just, like, go to look up something. So when I wanted to look up for the circles that I found, I originally just, like, looked up things that were green to see if I could find any cool shapes or whatever. So initially I found the star, and I wasn't a fan of the star. But they have, like, a ton of different cool, like, little clip arty things that I really like. So I wasn't a fan of that, but I think I found it, the circle, when I looked up things that were red. I think that's how I found it, or it was yellow. But either way, when I just, like, looked up a color, like, you can just get, like, a whole thing of red. And some of these, like, cuter things for, like, holidays and stuff. So I was just looking up things that I could find, so I thought that would be cool, because if you, like, if I click on this, it'll pop up, and then you can just change the color. So if I wanted it to be yellow, I can just make it yellow. But I do believe it's down here somewhere. Making a liar out of myself. There we go. So this one came up and it was like a goldeny yellow, and I just changed it to, like, the classic yellow when I made it. And then I just resized it and moved it, generally, however, you know, wherever you want it. And then I just made a text box next to it. You know, it is kind of like, it does, like, line it up for you and all that kind of stuff. But I just love all these, like, clip arty things. So, like, the ones that say $1, US dollar, you do have to pay for those. Some of them say Pro, which you can buy, like, a subscription for this website and use, like, their Pro features, and you do have to pay for those. But I always just stick with the free stuff, because generally I can find whatever things that I want to find. So, like, the things that you have to pay for do come with the watercolor. I don't know if you can see this. Comes with the watercolor, or, like, the watermark behind it, so it shows, like, that you do have to pay for it and whatnot. They come with, like, a bunch of different backgrounds that you can choose from, which are super cute, that I've used before. And then you get down to, like, the paid ones for, like, you know, all the cool stuff. And then you can upload, like, your own images. So you can go to, like, Google Images and upload a picture that you want yourself. So some of my posters, I've already uploaded some of these things. So yeah, that's kind of just, like, how I've been making all my posters this summer. See, like, they have, like, cute little teachery items. I just like looking out of their pre-made posters. That's how I found my poster on my front door for my classroom. I just changed the size or whatever. They're just super cute. So you just look through all of these. You can find things that you want to find, and then if you want to change the color of them, you can change the color of them, which is cool. Like, this is cool. It's like a blackboard. Classroom rules, little poster. So yeah, that's how I made my poster. Let me go back to it. So it saved what I even just did, but this is the poster that I made. You can zoom in and out. And I just like the way it looks. So, yeah, if you have any questions, comment down below. Thanks for watching.